Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel where we usually talk all about self-help, personal development. But today we're doing something just a little bit different. I thought that it'd be fun to go on Reddit, particularly the advice section, and just yap. Now, am I qualified to give any advice? No, I have no qualifications whatsoever. These are just my personal opinions. Truth be told, my mental health has been in shambles, and I didn't have time to research a topic. There is a topic I want to talk about, but it's going to come out next week because I not in a great headspace right now. So obviously that qualifies me to give advice to people that didn't ask for my advice. It's okay. We're just gonna have a little bit of fun. Some of these stories are kind of wild. The first one, let's start a little bit soft. How to get over the embarrassment after being beat up in front of my girl. My girlfriend and I were at a friend's party on a Sunday night, and three drunk dudes were sexually harassing her and making her uncomfortable. I confronted them and told them to stop, but they got super aggressive, which led to them ganging up on me. Feeling embarrassed right now since everything was blurry after I got knocked out of consciousness. Feels like my girlfriend has been overly affectionate for the past few days, while she usually isn't the type to show affection, and it just feels like she pities me. I thought this was so cute. We can just never win. Men are expected to be like these tough superheroes, and I think we as girlfriends want to feel protected around our boyfriend, but then if you get beat up, then you're looked at like a loser, whatever. And I think that's like a stereotype, but I don't think that it's true in real life scenarios like this. I personally, if that was my man, I wouldn't feel embarrassed. I wouldn't feel like, oh, I wouldn't get the ick. If anything, I would be like grateful. I'd probably be a little bit like, bro, why the fuck did you do that? Because 3v1, that's kind of crazy. But I would also appreciate him for standing up for me. So I don't think that you should feel embarrassed at all. If anything, I think you should feel proud of yourself for standing up for your girl. I think that's such a beautiful thing to do. And I think you have to let go of your own feelings of shame around that it happened. So you didn't win. It's okay. You're not going to win all your battles. And I also don't think that anybody with some common sense would have expected you to win a fight against three dudes when it was your very first fight. I think in this case, it's the thought that counts. At least your girl knows that you're going to have her back no matter what. Most men would have probably just been like, yo, chill. Let's go. Come on, let me get you somewhere. Because again, three guys, crazy. But you actually stood up for her, and I think that's very admirable. And don't get too in your head about this. And if your girlfriend is being overly affectionate or whatever, I think she just feels bad that you got hurt. I would feel guilty, or not guilty because it wasn't her fault either, but I think I would feel a little bit like, oh, he got hurt for me. And so I think that's what it is. She probably does know that you feel a little bit embarrassed, and I think she's trying to make you feel more comfortable, but it's actually having the opposite effect. So maybe just make a joke out of it. Laugh at it, and like a few months, maybe weeks, it's going to be something you guys can laugh about. Just don't think too much about it. Don't make it too awkward. Don't get all mad at her for how she's acting. Just make a joke out of it. That way she doesn't feel like she needs to be like, oh, I'm sorry. Found out my boyfriend subscribes to OnlyFans. So boyfriend 30 and myself 27 have been together for 4 years. We live together and everything is great, including our sex life. He's never cheated that I know of, isn't sneaky with his phone password, always leaves his phone laying around. However, in the past, we've had issues over him liking provocative pictures of women on Instagram. We talked about it and he stopped. It never happened again. Last night, while he was sleeping, he gets a notification on his email that his OnlyFans subscription has been renewed. I am not the type to check his phone, but obviously seeing that type of notification, I couldn't help myself. So I click on the OnlyFans link in the email, and his dummy self has the OnlyFans password saved in his iCloud keychain. So I sign in with his password. Turns out it's a girl he went to high school with. So he has seen her in person, which makes it a bit creepy. I don't know if I am overreacting, but for him to pay for 2 months in a row to this girl's OnlyFans is insane to me. Free porn is cool, but flat out paying for this woman's content, or any woman at that, is crazy. I don't even know what to do about this. I think there's a huge difference in watching, like this user said, porn, which she said it was cool, and like paying for a subscription. I don't think I know anybody who pays for that type of subscription. When I think of somebody who has an OnlyFans subscription, I truly feel like it's an incel. It's not like porn. From my knowledge, it's not like porn where you watch a video, you do the deed, and then you put it away. You want specifically their content. And I think you can even interact with them, send messages with them, stuff like that, request special types of videos from them. So it's more of an intimate relationship. And I think that is such a huge red flag for me. I think there has to be like an underlying issue. Does he low-key want her? Did he have a crush on her? What is the background? But regardless, we all have our own boundaries. Some people might be okay with that. It appears that this person, not appears, she's not okay with that. She's not cool with that. And since she knows about this, I think it is in her right to just flat out be like, hey, this happened. I saw this. Why do you have this? Because any man who is yearning for, any man or woman who is yearning for somebody else while being in a relationship with you is showing you disrespect, is showing you that they don't actually want to be with you. And they could put a different argument, they could put a different spin on it, but that is what it's leading to, especially because he knows this girl. For me, if I were to see that, if I were in that particular situation, I would think, if given the chance, this girl shows up at our door and she tells him, I want you. You don't think he'll be like, okay, but that is what it seems like to me. I think that's why it's so important to have these conversations early on in the relationship and agree, because you don't know what's going to pop up. You don't know how long you guys are going to be together. If you guys are going to be together for life, that's a lot of years in which potential scenarios can pop up. And if you were to have this discussion when you first started talking, you're like, hey, so what do you feel about OnlyFans subscriptions? Do you think it's cheating if I have a subscription? If he were to be like, I think it is, then you have insight in his mind. If he were to be like, no, I don't think it's not, you also have insight on that perspective. Regardless, I think it's just so important to talk about it now and figure out what his explanation is, what his reasoning is, and then just go from there. Just because you've been with somebody for 3 years, if they do something that you're just not okay with, and if they refuse to change, I don't think it's bad or wrong to want to end the relationship, because there are so many more people out there, and you deserve to find somebody. Everybody deserves to find somebody that is going to respect their boundaries and just show them as much love as they can, as much love as they are receiving. Okay, my light died. And also I brought a fan because it is way too freaking hot. My girlfriend is feeling suicidal every other day, and I'm not sure how to help. We are attending the same uni, which is the only place we meet IRL. Our relationship has been good so far without any major issues, but recently, due to various factors, mostly her toxic and abusive family, she has been feeling very suicidal and talking about stuff like how she can't see herself having a good future, and that she's already made a decision in herself to end it sometime this year. This is making me extremely worried, and I just feel very lost on how exactly to help. She said she's tried one of the suicide hotlines here, but it just sucked. First, the suicide hotlines, I've called them, they suck. They, like, genuinely, I mean, it kind of did its job because they were so bad that I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep living out of fucking resentment because you clearly want me to fucking kill myself. I understand what it's like being like this, being very suicidal, very just depressed. And so I get, I understand the girlfriend, and I understand that she must be having a really hard time. However, I think that this is beyond the boyfriend's abilities. I don't think he can do much other than provide her with the resources that she needs. When you are in that position, you need therapy. You need somebody to talk to who actually knows what to say, who is actually able to like work through your issues with you. And you might even need meds. People don't realize that, yes, depression and mental health issues, like bipolar disorder, like all of these things, they are chemical imbalances. They are like having a flu. Okay, they're not just gonna go away by themselves. Like you have to, what do you do when you get sick? You have to take the medicine. You have to, not go outside when it's really cold, not sleep with your hair wet, or else you're just gonna be sick forever. Then comes pneumonia and bronchitis. You're gonna develop these bigger issues. And that is the same thing for mental health. If you are suffering from mental health, it is your responsibility to find access to the tools, the necessary tools that you need to get better. Something is going on in your brain. These are chemical imbalances. It's not just, oh, I'm feeling a little bit sad, especially if it's at the point where you're feeling suicidal. With that being said, I also know that when you're having those thoughts and when you're that deep into your mental health struggles, chances are you're not going to want to go calling and looking for therapists. So the only thing that he can do is help her with that. If you know somebody that is really going through it and they don't have access to mental health professionals, the best thing you can do is help them find someone that can help. You make her call her insurance, you sit with them, they're gonna do like an evaluation, and if you pass or fail the evaluation, like if they deem that, yeah, you're really fucking depressed and you need help ASAP, they will stay on the line with you and they themselves will provide you with the numbers, direct numbers to mental health professionals. I recently did this because I was down fucking bad and I knew it was up to me. I knew I had to be the one to go and find a therapist, find somebody, because my boyfriend doesn't know shit about depression. He's one of the, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. He's one of the lucky ones. He no signs of mental illnesses whatsoever. So it's not his responsibility. It's not his job. So I called directly to my insurance. They, assessed me and then they helped me find providers. I have been running around this entire week, just therapy session after therapy session, because I've been like interviewing, right? I'm doing like first round of interviews, not interviews, it's like actual therapy sessions. But I think I've had therapists before, and the only way that therapy works is if you find somebody that you connect with. So what my insurance told me is that I can have as many first visits as possible, and I have a total of 5 first visits that I've already set up, and I will just like decide which therapist I connect with more, and hopefully I'm going to go back on meds soon. So things are looking up. Things are looking up. And that's all you can do. If you have somebody in your life who is like going through it, help them find a therapist, help them find a psychiatrist. It also seems like her trigger is her family. I get that too. She has the advantage that they are in uni. I don't know if she's living there, but I think if she's not, then that's probably the best bet, to try to get a dorm or try to move out and tell her parents that, oh, I'm moving out for school. Because sometimes family is just not great. And sometimes we need to distance ourselves from family, especially if they are that toxic and that triggering, that any encounter that she has with her mom, she wants to kill herself. Yeah, then distance yourself from your mom. At a certain, okay, it's hard because obviously I don't know how her parents raised her, but I don't know what her issue is with her parents. He just said they're toxic. I don't know if they're controlling, but chances are if they are that bad, then they're probably like, oh, we gave birth to you, you're our daughter, you abide by our rules and everything. And yes, But you're your own person. At that age, you are your own person, and you have to start getting your autonomy, because it's the only way to move forward. If you have like that bad of a relationship with your parents, it's the only way. I had a friend who was in the same position too, and her parents were very controlling. Her parents, they scared me, but she truly, until she was able to just get the balls to be like, yes, you are my parents. Yes, I respect you. Yes, I love you guys. But you guys don't own me. You guys can't control me. You don't own me. I am my own person. It wasn't until she finally was able to like set that boundary, which took a lot of work, that she was able to just move forward with her life and not feel so bleh about life. Your parents are just people. Maybe her parents want to help, but they're doing the exact opposite. They are just people at the end of the day. And sometimes, even though they tried, they don't know what's best for us. Only we know what's best for us. So work with her. Try to convince her to just push hard for that autonomy. I'm 22 and I feel like my life is over. I haven't been doing very well in school and never finished getting my degree, and I feel so behind in life because everyone my age is now graduating and starting their adult lives, while I've been stuck in this depressive episode and I can barely leave the house. Not only that, but my 3-year relationship failed and I have no friends left over from that. I feel super isolated and like my life is over. Is there any way I can turn it around? 22 is so fucking young. I get that too, okay? I understand. I'm 23. I feel like I'm a failure sometimes. I feel like I'm a loser. I feel like I'm just wasting my life. My life is not going. I get it, okay? The other day, I went to San Diego. Turn the light back on. Because I went to a concert. It was my niece, the 2 guys, and my boyfriend and I. One of the guys just had graduated med school. He's a doctor. My niece is about to graduate from UC Santa Cruz. She's a bio major. She's gonna apply to PA school. My boyfriend has just gotten his full-time job as a project engineer. I get it. I get feeling like a fucking loser. I get feeling like a fucking bum because I graduated marketing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. I don't know. And sometimes I feel like we are so fucking young though. We are so young. 22, 23. You're so young. What do you mean your life is over? Babe, your life has just started. I've been stuck in this depressive episode. Like I said, you have to reach out and you have to look for therapy. You have to look for potentially meds. You have to get yourself out of this depressive episode because yeah, depression sucks. Okay, I get that. Not being able to get out of bed, I understand. It's like a weight. You can't live life with depression and live it up to like your full potential. You can't. It takes a toll on you. It clouds your judgment. It clouds everything. It makes everything 5 shades darker. There are ways out. You have to find a way to maybe not fully alleviate yourself from the depression, but find a way to cope with it. Because you can be depressed and you can have depression and you can still be a full functioning adult where you're able to get up in the mornings. You can definitely do that. It's possible. You might even be able to cure your depression altogether with therapy, meds, and routines, habits that just make it impossible for depression to reach you. I saw a TikTok the other day of like going on a run as soon as I wake up because depression hates moving targets. And that is so fucking true. Through therapy and my meds and everything, I learned coping strategies for my depression, right? If I were to just lay in bed all day and eat a bunch of shitty foods, because foods and nutrition they also play a big role on the symptoms of depression. And if I were to just sleep in until 1 p.m., have a donut for breakfast, and then have an Oreo for snacks, and then just doom scroll the whole day, I'm not getting out of bed, not calling anyone, not doing anything, and then I get up out of bed at 5 p.m., I go brush my teeth, I go eat my lunch or whatever, and I'm in bed by midnight and I just didn't do anything with my life and I didn't do anything with my day. And yeah, I'm going to be fucking depressed. I am going to make myself even more depressed. I'm going to worsen my symptoms. Sometimes we think I can't get up because I'm so fucking depressed. But if we switch it and we're like, I have to get up because if not, I will be so fucking depressed. You wouldn't believe the wonders that that does for your brain. There is a reason why I am so fucking crazy. I wake up 5 a.m. I go to the gym. I go on a run. I come home. I eat eggs for breakfast. I go on my walking pad. I walk 8 miles. All while doing work. There is a reason why I give myself goals and I give myself purpose. Because if not, yeah, I'm going to be depressed. You have to find a routine that will help inhibit the symptoms of your depression. And it is possible. And you have to find a therapist that you align with and that you trust and that you're able to open up with and that you are able to learn coping strategies from. You have to find some medication that will allow you to inhibit those symptoms of depression for at least a little while until you are able to just build those habits. You have to find a way out. One of the symptoms of depression is feeling like a fucking loser, having low self-esteem, hating yourself. Those are all symptoms of depression as well. So maybe it's not that you feel like you truly feel like you're a loser and you truly feel like you ruined your life and your life is over. Maybe this is just a symptom of your depression. Get that checked out. Get out of it. You can do it. Nobody's going to come and save you but you. You're asking for advice, so it seems like you want to get out of this. So get yourself out of this. And then they said that their 3-year relationship failed. And they have no friends left over from that. Babe, that sounds like a fucking lesson. This person that you were with for 3 years, it's not going to be the only person that you're ever going to be with. It's not going to be the only person who's ever going to be attracted to, who you're ever going to be attracted to. It's not. There are so many people in the world. But this sounds like a lesson in your future relationships, because they will happen. Maybe don't let yourself get so lost in it that you lose sight of all your friends. Start by reaching back out to your friends. Hey, I'm sorry I was so distant. I'm sorry. If they were your real friends, chances are they're going to understand. And I think at that age, at 23, a lot of people have probably had toxic relationships where they lost all their friends too. So chances are they are going to get it and they are going to be like, yeah, come on, just like, let's go hang out. You said this relationship failed. You didn't say why, but just the sole fact that that relationship led to you losing all your friends, like that's a sign that that relationship probably wasn't healthy. It probably wasn't working out. It probably shouldn't have worked out. So don't take that as an L and be thankful that you're not going to be with somebody for the rest of your life that doesn't let you have any friends. I flirted with a girl and it was a bad idea. What do? I met some friends at a restaurant and there was a cute waitress there. She was immediately friendly and very helpful when I walked in, helping me and my friends. That's what a waitress is supposed to do. She probably wanted tips, but okay. There were moments throughout the night where she would look at me when I wasn't or make eye contact. I saw this as a possible sign of attraction. She was standing behind the bar talking to a guy. I don't know if they're a couple, but they definitely knew each other. I'm normally not a guy that's very bold when it comes to dating, but I was feeling really good leaving and deciding to say bye with a smile. That may not seem like a clear message, but it was with the way I said it and stared into her eyes. She kind of smiled back and said bye. She seemed uncomfortable. I feel like I looked stupid and embarrassed myself. The problem is that I go to this restaurant a lot now. I have 2 for a weekly event. Last time I went, I heard her say from far away, "Oh my God, he's back." This made me feel really bad because I don't want her to feel uncomfortable or scared. I made a complete fool of myself. I don't know if I should apologize, ignore her as best as possible, or abandon my responsibilities and never go back. What kind of smile was it? That's crazy. Chances are maybe she did pick up on that you were interested. Maybe she did like you. Who knows? Maybe she was just doing her job. Maybe she did like you. Who knows? But maybe she did think, oh, could that smile have meant he's interested? And then you coming back, hopefully you're just very respectful. You'll hardly make contact with her if ever, but you showing that I have to be back for this event. Like, it's not because I want to be here. Like, you showing I have to be back here. And then you never making that move of like, hey, what's your name? What's up? Maybe that low-key kind of sparked her interest, and maybe she was like, oh my God, he's back, to her friend, because he was like, hey, like, this guy, I thought he was gonna ask me out and he didn't. And don't ignore your responsibilities and never go to that restaurant because of an assumption that you made. Everything is about perception. If you need to tell yourself, fuck yeah, she wants me. She wants to suck me off right now. And I'm not going to give it to her. Like, if you tell yourself that, who cares? You didn't have any ill intentions. Maybe you did, like, falsely presume that she was interested in you when she was just trying to do her job. Maybe. But, like, you didn't act out on it. You didn't say, hey, let's go out. You weren't being a fucking jerk about it. So I don't think you should be like, oh, I made a fool of myself. No, because you're just assuming that she thinks she never told you, oh, you're really creepy. You're creeping me out. I hate you. I told all my friends about you. That she never told you any of this. Again, you're just assuming. Don't assume the worst. Assume the best. Always assume the best. What do you have to lose by assuming the best? Don't ignore your responsibilities and never go to that restaurant. Who cares? You didn't do anything wrong. This one was funny. Shame and confusion after gay experience. I'm 20 and straight, but me and my friend got drunk and did coke and ended up sucking each other off. I liked it at the time, but now I just feel this immense confusion and even shame. I know sexual thoughts like this are normal on cocaine, but still, I feel like I'm gonna go crazy. I don't think I'm bi, and obviously there's nothing wrong with being bi. I'm just so confused. I feel like I can't talk to anybody about this. Why do we feel so like, oh, I need to give myself a label? Maybe you were just curious. Maybe that's all it was. And yeah, you found out, hey, I didn't like it. Okay, so you're straight, clearly. But you don't have to feel so confused and embarrassed and shameful. Like, oh my God, no. We are all human. Sexuality is a spectrum. I think so many straight people have had experiences where they've just confirmed that they're straight. And that's all you did. That's fine. You don't have to be, oh my God, what? No, it's fine. But yeah, don't like psych yourself out. I think actually like it's kind of hard because for me, it's like, well, why do you feel so ashamed and confused if you truly think that it's okay to be gay? Like, there has to be some sort of expectation that you have for yourself, or dare I say trauma about being straight and your manhood. But it also sounds like this person doesn't like, he's like, it's cool being gay. I don't care if you call me gay. Like, it's fine. But I don't want that for myself. It's kind of like, it makes me question whether he expects himself to be straight. Because for me, like, I'm bi. I've been with a girl, never felt shame. I've been with a man, never felt shame. Never felt shame. The only time I felt shame was when I was with a man. And it's because I expected myself to be with a girl. Because I'm like, oh, I don't want to be like that bi girl who just is with men. Or yeah, just is with men. So in my head, I'm like, I should be with the girl. I should be only with girls. And then when I met my boyfriend, I was like, oh, but my next partner should be a girl. So that's like the only time that I felt shame about my partners, when I had this expectation of who I needed to be with. That's like the only thing that I'm kind of like, well, why do you feel so much shame if you understand that it's okay to experiment? Sexuality is a spectrum. You understand that, but then why do you feel so frustrated with yourself? Maybe unpack that. How do I ask out my coworker I have wanted to for almost 2 years? 2 years is a long time, but I'm gonna tell you, this is the last one too. I'm gonna tell you how me and my man met. No, okay, but we met at work. We worked at Panda Express. Shout out Panda Express. You made me want to fucking die every shift. Um, and it was funny with him because the day of my interview, I was so mad. I was gonna walk away. It was like 10:05, 10:15, 10:20, and I was outside. But they made my interview at 9:30. I was waiting outside for, I think, almost like 20 to 30 minutes. I saw him through the window because he was like opening the kitchen. And it's the only reason why I stayed. I saw him and I was like, that's going to be my next work boyfriend. And I remember I called my cousin and I'm like, I'm going to get hired here and I'm going to get myself a work boyfriend. I thought like I was plotting, but it turns out that he was low-key plotting. He had recently gotten out of a 5 or 6 year relationship, which is like a super big red flag for me, but we've been together for 3 years now. So I guess he was over her. But he had just gotten out of a relationship, and supposedly him, according to him and everybody else in that restaurant, he was very shy. He was very serious. He was in his like fuck women are evil arc because he got done so dirty. And then he saw me and he liked me. I had my mask on. I don't know how he. So it's dangerous because you've been working together for 2 years. So chances are she probably doesn't see you as a potential partner because you you waited too damn long. And it's also dangerous because you work together. It depends on what type of work. If you work at a fast food place or maybe like a restaurant and you can easily get yourself another job, okay, go for it. Because you can easily get yourself another job. If you are VP of a fucking company, if you are an engineer, if you are, if you have this like big boy job, then it gets a little bit tricky because you're not, especially with this economy, you're not just going to find another job like that. You don't want to make anybody uncomfortable because it's also like HR and violations, all this shit. So those are some things to keep in mind. Risk to reward ratio. Is it worth it? If you're like, no, you know what? It is worth it. I can get another job, or no, you know what? It's fine. Okay. How are you at work? Are you like talkative? Because if not, like you should push yourself to be a little bit more talkative. Women like confident men. That's just how it is. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room, the most confident, the most attractive. No, but if you kind of even like fake it and you start slowly talking more, maybe you're a little bit more funny, you throw in some jokes. If you are able to show this person that you're a good time, that you're fun to be around, other people see the value in you, which is like if you make them laugh or if they go and they want to talk to you, then you're subconsciously, she's going to be like, oh, she's going to notice you more, especially if you've been super quiet and super shy and super all of this. Now, you don't have to overnight be this super confident person, overnight suddenly love yourself. A lot of people don't realize that confidence is just a skill that you have to practice. You have to start viewing confidence as something that you can easily turn on and off. You're just playing pretend. That's all it is. And that's kind of what he did too. Because before I started working there, he was very shy. He wouldn't talk. He hated girls. He didn't talk. He didn't talk to anyone. People talked to him. He'd be like, and when I started working there, how I met him was this very confident, very outgoing, very friendly person. But it turns out he just started putting on this persona, which he is, but he was usually not at work. He started showing this persona to everybody else at the workplace because he wanted to seem more interesting because he knew that subconsciously that would attract me more to him. And that's what I was doing too. I was talking to everybody at work. I was super friendly. I was super funny. I was like hee hee ha ha with everybody because I knew that I wanted him, and I wanted him to be like, oh, I wonder, she seems cool. She seems fun. She seems funny. She seems nice. You want them to associate all these good traits with you. Now, a lot of people say getting into a relationship, it's not a game. It's not a game, but you have to have certain tactics. That's what Riz is. It's just how life is. I made sure that the first week or two, he was like the last person that I would talk to. I would talk to other people and then I would go to him. Why? Because I wanted him to kind of question, why isn't she talking to me? Does she not think I'm attractive? Does she not like me? Like, I wanted to keep him on his toes, right? Then like the third week, that is when I started just asking him more about like his personal life. Oh, what'd you do before work? It could be like that small talk. Oh, how was the closing shift yesterday? Oh, you opened yesterday. Oh, you're gonna close today. Oh, things like that. Very, very small talk. And then you have to find something that will hit. Oh, how was work yesterday? Oh, it was good. I did this, and then after I went to the gym. Oh, you like going to the gym? Oh, me too. How much can you bench? And then maybe the shift after or a week after, a few days after, be like, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym after work. You wanna come with me tomorrow since we're both closing? Invite a group. That's what he did. He invited a group. We went to the gym together as a group. I was like, yeah. And then you just slowly have to start talking like that. If right away she's like, oh, no, I don't want, no, or oh, I'm busy. But she doesn't say, oh, I'm busy today, but tomorrow I can, or maybe next week, or maybe some other time. If she says that, that's good, right? It means you still have a chance. But if she's closed off right away, you can keep talking to her at work and be like, oh, okay, bet. And then just like talk to other people more so that she doesn't think, oh, you're plotting, right? Because you're just trying to go to the gym. You're just trying to catch a workout or whatever. You can even be like, oh, what gym do you go to? Oh, shit, I've been wanting to try that gym. Do you have a buddy pass? Or, oh, hey, like I need to go to the gym, but like, okay, I don't want to go alone. Try to make it very like friendly, very like not obvious that you like her, not obvious that you're trying to get at her, just very friendly, and like let it be a very slow burn. Because you tend to like, this is just like humans in general tend to like people who are in their proximity, who they see every day. That's why a lot of work relationships happen, because we just tend to gravitate more towards people that we see every day. So if you slowly build into it, then you also just slowly get her used to the idea of seeing you as a potential love interest. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, that was the last one. I think this is like a super long video, actually. I wasn't planning on making this a long video. I just thought it'd be fun. Again, these are all just my opinions. I could be completely wrong, but this is what I would do in this situation. I never do these type of videos. I love watching these types of videos on YouTube, or when I go on road trips, I'll listen to like podcasts where they do these types of videos, but I've never done one. And let me know if you like it so I can keep doing it, because low-key was really fun. I had a blast today. I hope you did too. Like if you did, please, because it'll help me out tremendously. And comment down below advice for these people. But yeah, until next time.